Ghostly tales, yet mirrors of human life. Hey everyone! Welcome to Encountering Chinese. Ghostly Tales from Zhai. Today, I'm going to tell you a story called Xiao. In Ting County, there was a man named Xiao, and he and his wife were devout Buddhists. They abstained from eating meat and were regarded by their fellow villagers as virtuous people in the county. The Zhao family was quite wealthy. Xiao had a daughter named Xiao, who was exceptionally intelligent and beautiful. Xiao and his wife doted on her. At the age of 6, Xiao, along with her older brother Changchun, was sent to school by Xiao. In 5 years, Xiao had thoroughly studied the 5 classics. Xiao had a classmate named Ding, with the courtesy name Zimo, 3 years older than her. Zimo was eloquent and charismatic, and a deep affection developed between him and Xiao. Privately, Zimo expressed his intentions to his mother, who then sent a matchmaker to propose marriage to the Zhao family. However, Xiao focused on arranging a prosperous match for Xiao with a wealthy local family, paid no attention to the proposal from the Ding family. Soon after, Xiao became influenced by the White Lotus Society, engaging in secret activities. During the Tianqi era, the leader of the White Lotus Society, Xu Hongru, rebelled against the imperial court. The Zhao family joined the rebellion and became insurgents. Due to her education and high intelligence, Xiao excelled in various magical arts, such as paper-cutting soldiers and transforming beans into horses. With her exceptional abilities, Xiao became the most outstanding among Xu Hongru's 6 female disciples. As a result, she learned all the magical arts mastered by Xu Hongru. Xiao, benefiting from Xiao's capabilities, gained the trust of Xu Hongru and was given significant responsibilities. In that year, Zimo had reached the age of 18 and was studying at the county school. He never discussed marriage matters because his heart was still captivated by Xiao. Finally, one day, Zimo secretly left home and joined Xu Hongru's followers. When Xiao saw Zimo, she was naturally overjoyed, and the treatment she provided him far exceeded the norm. Due to Xiao's exceptional abilities, Xu Hongru entrusted her with managing military affairs. Xiao was busy day and night, rarely seen by her parents. However, Zimo could meet Xiao every night, and each time they met, Xiao would dismiss the attendants and soldiers, leaving the two of them to talk by candlelight until late at night. On one occasion, Zimo asked Xiao, "Do you know the true purpose of my coming here?" Xiao replied, "I don't know." Zimo answered, "I'm not here to seek power and success through the White Lotus Society. My true goal in coming here is for you. The White Lotus Society is ultimately a deviant sect that will not succeed and will only lead to its own destruction. You are an intelligent person, haven't you thought about this? If you can escape with me, please believe that my intentions toward you are sincere, and I will never let you down." Xiao, feeling lost and after some contemplation, seemed to wake up from a dream. She said to Zimo, "If I secretly escape without saying goodbye to my parents, it would be unjust. Please allow me to bid farewell to them in person." So, the two of them approached Zhao Wang and his wife, explaining the situation, but Zhao Wang remained unrepentant. He said to them, "Our master is a deity, how could he be wrong?" Knowing that further persuasion would be futile, Xiao tied her maiden hair into a married woman's hairstyle. She also crafted 2 paper kites shaped like eagles, and each rode one. The 2 paper kites soared side by side like birds with outspread wings as they flew towards the distance. At dawn, they arrived in Liao County. Xiao pinched the neck of the paper kite, and it immediately folded its wings, landing gracefully. Xiao put away the paper kite and took out 2 paper donkeys. Riding the donkeys, they reached the mountain shade and informed the local villagers that they had come to escape the chaos of war. They rented a house and settled there. Due to their hasty departure, Zimo and Xiao had limited belongings, and they found themselves short of daily necessities. This worried Zimo greatly. He planned to borrow some food from the neighbors, but no one was willing to lend him anything. However, Xiao showed no sign of distress on her face. She pawned her gold hairpin and earrings to get some money for immediate needs. Then, the couple closed themselves off from the outside world, engaging in activities such as guessing lantern riddles, reminiscing about books they had read, and comparing their knowledge. Furthermore, the person who loses also has to endure the opponent knocking their wrist with 2 fingers as a form of punishment. Zimo and Xiao's neighbor, who lives to the west of their home, surnamed Wang, was a bandit who made a living by robbery. One day, right after Wang had returned from a raid, Xiao said to Zimo, "As the Book of Changes says, wealth can be obtained through neighbors. What do we have to worry about? Let's temporarily borrow 1,000 taels of silver from our neighbor. Will he refuse to lend it to me willingly?" Zimo thought it was a formidable task. However, Xiao smiled and said, "I'll make him willingly send the money over." So, Xiao cut paper into the shape of a judge, buried it in the ground, and covered it with a chicken cage. Then, she sat with Zimo on the bed, brewed a pot of old wine, and initiated a drinking game using the Zhou ritual. One person casually mentioned a specific book, page, and character from the set of books, and both would read together. If the person mentioned happened to lead to a word related to wine, he or she would be punished to drink. In no time, Xiao coincidentally turned to Zhou, the heavenly official, the wine administrator. Zimo took a large cup, filled it with wine, and urged Xiao to drink. Then, Xiao prayed, saying, "If we can borrow money, you should also be able to find a word related to wine." Now it was Zimo's turn. He casually flipped to Zhou, the heavenly official, the tortoise administrator. Xiao happily laughed and said, "The matter has been arranged." She poured a cup of wine for Zimo, who objected. Xiao said, "The tortoise is an aquatic creature, you should drink the wine like a tortoise drinking water." While they were engaged in the drinking game, they suddenly heard a noise from the ground. Xiao stood up and said, "It has arrived." They opened the chicken cage and found a bag full of silver coins placed right underneath, with so much silver that it was almost overflowing from the bag. Zimo couldn't help but be both surprised and delighted. Later, the wet nurse from the Wang family brought a child to their house to play. She quietly said to Xiao, "Do you know? One day, my master had just returned home and was sitting in the room with a lit lamp. Suddenly, the ground cracked open a big hole. The crack was so deep that it seemed bottomless, and a judge walked out from inside, telling my master, 'I am a magistrate from the underworld. The supreme god of Mount Tai wants to summon officials from the underworld and compile a record of robbery crimes. He needs 1,000 silver lamps, each weighing 10 taels. If you can donate 100 silver lamps, all your past sins recorded in the underworld's register will be forgiven.'" Hearing this, the master was scared out of his wits, quickly lit incense to pray, and offered 1,000 taels of silver. The judge took the silver and slowly returned to the underworld, and the crack on the ground gradually closed up. Xiao listened to this narration and intentionally expressed amazement, pretending to be surprised. From then on, the couple gradually acquired land, cattle, horses, and employed servants and maids. They even built their own mansion. In the village, several idle ruffians, seeing Zimo and Xiao's wealth, gathered some bad characters and climbed over the walls, attempting to rob them. Just as Zimo and Xiao were awakened from their dreams, they saw torches illuminating the surroundings and thieves all around the house. Two men rushed up and grabbed Zimo, while another tried to touch Xiao's chest. Xiao, bare-chested, leaped up, folded her fingers, and sternly shouted, "Halt, halt!" Immediately, all 13 thieves were frozen in place, sticking out their tongues and standing there like puppets. Xiao then dressed and jumped off the bed, called the family, and tied up the thieves one by one, forcing them to reveal the specific reasons for their robbery. Then, Xiao accused them, saying, "We came from afar, seeking a quiet life in the mountain valley, hoping for your help. Unexpectedly, you would resort to such heartless actions. Hardship and adversity are common experiences for people. If you are in need of money, you could have told us directly. Am I the kind of miser who only cares about getting rich without a shred of generosity? According to your wolf-like behavior, you should all be killed. However, I am reluctant to do so. Today, I will let you go for now. If you dare to offend again, I will show no mercy." The thieves kowtowed in gratitude and fled in haste. Not long after, Shu Hongru was defeated in battle and captured by the government forces. Xiao's parents and siblings were all executed, but Zimo used a substantial sum to ransom Xiao's elder brother Zhao Changchun's son, who was only 3 years old. Zimo and Xiao treated him as their own son, changed his surname to Ding, and named him Qingji. Thus, the villagers gradually learned that the Ding family was related to the White Lotus Society. At that time, a locust plague struck, devastating large areas of crops. Xiao cut hundreds of paper kites and placed them in her own fields. The locusts were frightened away, avoiding Xiao's fields, and as a result, her crops were spared. Jealous villagers, witnessing this, collectively reported them to the authorities, accusing the Ding family of being remnants of Xu Hongru's faction. The county official, eager to seize the Ding family's wealth, considered it a fat prize and promptly sent people to arrest Zimo. To escape death, Zimo had to spend a considerable amount to bribe the county magistrate. Xiao then said to Zimo, "Strictly speaking, our wealth is ill-gotten, and some loss is inevitable. However, the local people are treacherous, and this is a dangerous place. We cannot stay here for long." They sold their properties at a low price and moved to the west of Idu County. Xiao was clever and exceptionally adept at accumulating wealth. She was even more shrewd in business and planning than many men. She once operated a glassware factory, personally providing guidance and training to every worker she hired. The chess pieces and lamps produced in the factory featured novel and unique designs, surpassing all other factories. Consequently, the products from Xiao's glassware factory were quickly sold at high prices. After a few years, the Ding family's wealth skyrocketed, making them the wealthiest in the local area. Xiao managed her servants very strictly, ensuring that every one of the hundreds of people under her command was occupied and productive. During leisure time, she often enjoyed tea and played chess with Zimo, or immersed herself in reading history for entertainment. Xiao personally planned the budget, while Zimo kept track of accounts and numbers. Every 5 days, Xiao would conduct inspections of financial transactions, as well as assess the performance of the maids and servants. Diligent workers were rewarded, while the lazy ones faced the whip or kneeling as punishment. Every once in a while, they would grant the workers a night off, allowing them to skip the night shift. The couple would then set up a feast, inviting all the maids and servants to join. They even encouraged them to sing some popular folk songs to entertain everyone. Xiao was incredibly perceptive, seemingly aided by divine intervention, and no one dared to deceive her. The rewards she gave to her subordinates always exceeded their labor and efforts, ensuring that everything ran smoothly. In the village with over 200 households, Xiao generously supported the financially struggling families, helping them find ways to make a living. As a result, the village was free from idle and lazy individuals. One year, during a severe drought, Xiao instructed the villagers to set up an altar in the wilderness. In the night, she rode a sedan chair to the outdoor altar. Mimicking the steps and rituals of the ancient Yu the Great, renowned for flood control, Xiao recited incantations. Soon after, a generous rain showered down, blessing the farmland within a 5-mile radius. From then on, people regarded her as a divine figure. When Xiao went out, she never covered her face with a veil, and villagers of all ages had seen her. Some young men would gossip about her beauty in private, but when they encountered Xiao face to face, they behaved respectfully and dared not look directly at her. Every autumn, Xiao would spend money to send boys who couldn't work in the fields to gather bitter herbs and thistles. After doing this for 20 years, wild vegetables had filled all the rooms in the building. People mocked her for doing foolish things. However, when a severe famine struck Shandong, causing a scarcity of food and leading to cannibalism, Xiao generously distributed the stored wild vegetables mixed with grains to help the starving people. The inhabitants of several nearby villages owed their survival to her, and there were no instances of people fleeing their homes in desperation. At the end of the story, the author provides the following commentary. He says, Xiao's actions are truly the result of divine power bestowed by the heavens, beyond what mere mortals can achieve. However, if it weren't for a single sentence of guidance from Zimo, Xiao might have met the same fate as her accomplices, facing execution. This illustrates that there must be numerous exceptionally talented individuals in the world who, if led astray, may not meet a good end. Who can say whether among the 6 individuals taught by Shu Hongru, there isn't another exceptionally talented person? It's just regrettable that they didn't encounter Zimo. Alright. That's all for today's ghostly tale. Xiao. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Please also encourage everyone to comment and share more. We'll see you in the next episode.